Neo-Synergism. Another alternative is possible. A deep dive crafted by Zsolt Janissy from Sentinel.org, enriched with insights generated by ChatGPT-4 and the dynamic written content to audio adaptation capabilities of Murph AI. This narrative is not just a piece to listen or read, it's an exploration into the depths of our global societal frameworks. Together, we'll dissect the layers and address the pressing challenges our world faces today. From its philosophical underpinnings that have evolved over millennia to its contemporary implications that touch every facet of human life, we engage deeply with what makes Neo-Synergism resonate. Our journey extends beyond mere theoretical discourse. It seeks to grasp its profound impact on our global community, environment, and future sustainability. This audiobook aims not only to educate but to ignite a discourse, to stimulate thought, and to encourage a critical examination of how we might collectively navigate towards a more equitable and sustainable future. Whether you're entrenched in academia, navigating the complexities of policymaking, or simply endowed with a voracious appetite for understanding the forces that shape our existence, this piece offers insights and perspectives poised to challenge and broaden your worldview. Are you prepared to embark on this path of exploration and discovery? Neo-Synergism. Another alternative is possible. Introduction to this new and undiscovered topic. Part 1. In essence, this article sets a solid foundation for what could become a pivotal movement toward a more equitable, sustainable, and interconnected global society. Its call to action for intellectual involvement is aptly placed, marking the beginning of a journey that requires collective wisdom, creativity, and determination. In an era marked by unprecedented global challenges ranging from environmental degradation to widening economic disparities, the quest for transformative solutions has never been more urgent. Enter Neo-Synergism, a visionary framework conceived as a beacon of hope and innovation in navigating the turbulent waters of contemporary societal dilemmas. This emerging ideology seeks to transcend traditional economic and political paradigms, advocating for a holistic integration of diverse principles to foster a more sustainable, equitable, and interconnected global society. At its core, Neo-Synergism represents a bold reimagining of societal development, merging elements from various ideologies to create a cohesive strategy that addresses the multifaceted needs of a rapidly changing world. It champions the synergy between technological advancement and human welfare, economic equity, and environmental stewardship, aiming to sculpt a future where prosperity is not at odds with the planet's health or the well-being of its inhabitants. Despite its promising prospects, Neo-Synergism remains nascent, largely unexposed to public discourse, and devoid of real-world applications. Its theoretical constructs and ambitious proposals have yet to be tested against the complexities of real-life implementation, sparking a need for rigorous debate, critical examination, and empirical validation. This is a call to action for scholars, policymakers, industry leaders, and intellectuals, individuals from all fields to engage with the Neo-Synergism framework. Through collective effort, critical scrutiny, and creative dialogue, the potential exists to refine and operationalize an ideology that not only dreams of a better future but lays the groundwork for its realization. As we stand at the crossroads of history, facing the dual challenges of preserving our planet and ensuring human flourishing, Neo-Synergism invites us to imagine, debate, and construct the pathways to a transformative tomorrow. Addressing economic disruption and mitigating the fear of transitioning from current economic models to more sustainable and equitable systems is a multifaceted challenge. Here's a more elaborate exploration of navigating these waters, aiming to turn apprehension into action and foster a collective will for enduring potential short-term hardships for long-term societal benefits. Deconstructing economic disruption fears. Understanding the core concerns. Job security. Fear of unemployment as industries evolve or become obsolete. Financial instability. Concerns about inflation, savings erosion, and the ability to afford basic needs. Loss of identity. For many, their profession is a significant part of their identity and self-worth. Uncertainty about the future. Worry that the envisioned future may not materialize as promised. Comprehensive strategies to address economic transition anxiety. Educate and communicate. Clarity and vision. Offer clear, accessible explanations about the reasons for economic transitions, underlining the unsustainability of current models and the vision for a new system. Timeline and milestones. Provide a realistic timeline with milestones, helping people visualize the transition phase and understand its temporary nature. Provide robust safety nets. Financial security. Implement unconditional basic income, healthcare, and education guarantees to alleviate fears of financial ruin. Emotional and social support. Establish counseling services and community support groups to help people navigate the emotional challenges of change. Implement pilot programs and scale gradually. Localized initiatives. Start with small-scale initiatives that can be gradually expanded, allowing for adjustments based on real-world feedback. Showcase successes. Highlight the tangible benefits of pilot programs to build confidence and support for broader implementation. Facilitate job transition and creation. Reskilling programs. Invest in education and training programs tailored to emerging industries, ensuring people have the skills needed for new opportunities. Incentivize innovation. Encourage entrepreneurship and innovation through grants, tax incentives, and support services, creating new job sectors. Foster community and involvement. Participatory decision-making. Use digital platforms and town hall meetings for inclusive decision-making, ensuring people have a voice in shaping the transition. Build local economies. Support local businesses and cooperatives that contribute to community resilience and provide local employment. Promoting endurance through vision. Historical perspectives and success stories. Draw parallels with past transitions, such as the shift from agrarian to industrial economies, illustrating how societies adapted and thrived. Collective well-being over individual immediate gains. Shift the narrative to emphasize collective benefits, such as environmental sustainability, reduced inequality, and enhanced quality of life. Highlighting moral and ethical imperatives. Frame the transition as a moral duty to future generations and the planet, utilizing storytelling to connect with deeply held values. Emphasizing personal growth and opportunity. Illustrate how changes will allow for more personal freedom, self-fulfillment, and opportunities to engage in meaningful work. Navigating forward. The path to a more sustainable and equitable economic system is undoubtedly challenging, marked by fears and uncertainties. However, by approaching the transition with empathy, strategic planning, and a focus on long-term benefits, it's possible to cultivate a collective resilience and willingness to embrace change. Education, transparent communication, and inclusive decision-making are key to building trust and commitment to this transformative journey. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure that the envisioned future, one of prosperity, sustainability, and equity, is not only a shared dream but a shared responsibility, turning the tide of apprehension into waves of positive action. Neo-Synergism. A framework for transformation. Let's refocus on Neo-Synergism specifically, highlighting how it directly addresses the concerns and opportunities within the context of economic disruption and broader societal challenges. This will provide a clearer understanding of Neo-Synergism's principles, strategies, and the tangible impacts it aims to have on global issues. Neo-Synergism, as a forward-thinking ideology, presents a unique blend of cooperation, innovation, and sustainability aimed at overcoming the hurdles of economic disruption. It emphasizes the synergy between different economic models, governance styles, and societal values to create a cohesive, sustainable, and equitable global society. Addressing economic disruption through Neo-Synergism. Adaptive economic models. Neo-Synergism promotes economic models that are adaptable and resilient to change. By integrating principles of circular economy, shared resources, and equitable distribution of wealth, it aims to reduce economic disparities and ensure a stable transition for all sectors of society. Technological and human synergy. Emphasizing the balanced integration of technology in everyday life and economic processes, Neo-Synergism leverages AI, automation, and digitalization to enhance productivity and address job displacement through upskilling and retraining programs. Environmental stewardship as an economic pillar. By positioning environmental sustainability at the heart of economic planning, Neo-Synergism ensures that economic growth does not come at the expense of the planet. This approach not only addresses climate change but also opens up new industries and job opportunities in green technologies. Decentralized governance for local empowerment. Advocating for semi-anarchist governance structures, Neo-Synergism promotes local autonomy and decision-making. This empowers communities to tailor economic transitions to their specific needs and opportunities, fostering innovation and resilience at a local level. Global collaboration for shared challenges. Recognizing the interconnectedness of global challenges, Neo-Synergism calls for unprecedented levels of international cooperation and knowledge sharing. This global solidarity is crucial for addressing issues like climate change, pandemics, and economic inequality effectively. Cultivating endurance and optimism. Community engagement and education. By fostering a culture of community engagement and lifelong learning, Neo-Synergism ensures that individuals are prepared for and can positively contribute to economic transitions. Educational initiatives focus on the values of sustainability, cooperation, and global citizenship. Highlighting interconnected benefits. Neo-Synergism emphasizes the interconnected benefits of its approach, from environmental restoration and economic stability to social well-being. By understanding these interdependencies, individuals are more likely to embrace short-term sacrifices for long-term gains. Creating a narrative of hope and action. Through storytelling and emphasizing shared human values, Neo-Synergism creates a compelling narrative of hope, resilience, and collective action. It inspires a vision of a future where humanity thrives in harmony with the planet. Conclusion, Part 1. Neo-Synergism offers a comprehensive framework for addressing the multifaceted challenges of today's global society, including economic disruption. By focusing on cooperation, sustainability, and equitable growth, it aims to transform apprehension into action, leading to a more resilient and thriving global community. The journey toward a neo-synergistic society may require navigating through uncertainties and embracing change, but the ideology provides a blueprint for a future that benefits all, underlining the importance of collective will, innovation, and shared responsibility. Extract, Adopt, Synthesize. Part 2. Neo-Synergism's strength lies in its ability to synthesize elements from various ideologies, potentially attracting support from a wide audience. To build a thriving and healthy global community under the banner of Neo-Synergism, it's essential to extract and adapt the most effective elements from previous models and ideologies. This synthesis can create a holistic framework that addresses the complex challenges of today's world while promoting equity, sustainability, and well-being. Here are key elements to consider. Economic equity from socialism. Redistribution mechanisms. Implement progressive taxation and social welfare programs to reduce inequality. Universal basic services. Ensure access to healthcare, education, and housing for all, drawing on the socialist principle of state responsibility for basic human needs. Efficiency and innovation from capitalism. Market dynamics. Utilize market mechanisms for non-essential services and goods to encourage innovation and efficiency. Entrepreneurship and competition. Foster a competitive environment that encourages entrepreneurship, driving technological advancement and job creation. Environmental stewardship from ecologism. Sustainable development. Integrate sustainable practices in all sectors, emphasizing renewable energy, conservation, and biodiversity protection. Circular economy. Adopt circular economy principles to minimize waste and ensure that resources are reused and recycled. Governance from democracy and anarchism. Participatory democracy. Enhance democratic governance with the direct participation of citizens in decision-making processes, drawing on digital platforms for broader engagement. Decentralization. Borrow from anarchist principles to reduce central power and increase local autonomy, empowering communities to make decisions that affect their lives directly. Social justice from liberalism. Individual rights and freedoms. Protect individual liberties and rights, ensuring freedom of expression, religion, and association. Equality and anti-discrimination. Enforce laws and policies that promote equality and protect against discrimination based on race, gender, sexual orientation, and other identities. Community and solidarity from communitarianism. Strong community bonds. Foster a sense of community and mutual responsibility, emphasizing collective well-being over individual success. Social capital. Invest in social infrastructure to build strong networks of support, cooperation, and trust among community members. Global cooperation from internationalism. Collaborative international policies. Work towards global agreements on climate change, trade, health, and security that benefit all nations equitably. Cultural exchange and understanding. Promote intercultural understanding and exchange to foster global solidarity and peace. Technological integration from technocracy. Data-driven decision-making. Utilize technology and scientific knowledge to inform policy decisions, ensuring they are based on evidence and efficacy. Innovation in public services. Leverage technological advancements to improve public service delivery, making it more efficient and accessible. More to think about. Incorporating elements from both feudalism and communism into a modern, holistic approach like Neo-Synergism requires careful selection to ensure that the aspects chosen align with contemporary values of freedom, equality, and sustainability. While at first glance, these two systems might seem outdated or incompatible with modern democratic and egalitarian ideals, certain principles can be adapted and updated for positive use in today's complex societal structures. Here's how some elements could be thoughtfully integrated. From feudalism. Local governance and autonomy. Feudal systems were characterized by localized control, where lords managed their estates with considerable autonomy. In a neo-synergistic framework, this concept could translate into empowering local communities to have more control and decision-making power over their affairs, promoting decentralized governance and encouraging local solutions to local problems. Stewardship of land. The feudal obligation of lords to protect and maintain their lands can inspire a modern commitment to environmental stewardship. This principle emphasizes the responsibility of individuals and communities to care for their environment, promoting sustainable land use practices and conservation efforts. Community responsibility. In feudal societies, there was a sense of responsibility among members of a community, with each person playing a role in the collective well-being of the estate. This concept can be adapted to foster a sense of mutual aid, solidarity, and community support in contemporary society, encouraging people to contribute to the common good. From communism. Economic equality. One of the core goals of communism is to eliminate class distinctions by distributing wealth and resources more equally among the population. While pure communism has its flaws, the idea of working towards greater economic equality can be integrated into Neo-Synergism through policies that aim to reduce income and wealth gaps, ensuring fair access to resources and opportunities for all. Collective ownership. The communist principle of collective ownership of the means of production can be adapted to promote community-based projects and cooperatives. This could involve local communities having a stake in renewable energy projects, food cooperatives, or housing initiatives, fostering economic democracy and community empowerment. Focus on social welfare. Communism's emphasis on providing for the basic needs of all citizens, such as healthcare, education, and housing, is a principle that can be woven into Neo-Synergism. Ensuring that all members of society have access to essential services is fundamental to building a healthy, thriving community. Adapting and evolving principles. While extracting these elements, it's crucial to adapt them to fit within a framework that respects individual freedoms, democratic principles, and modern human rights standards. The goal is not to replicate feudalism or communism but to draw inspiration from their aspects that can contribute positively to society's development. By doing so, Neo-Synergism can offer a dynamic and inclusive ideology that incorporates lessons from the past to address contemporary challenges and pave the way for a more equitable and sustainable future. Conclusion, Part 2. The essence of Neo-Synergism lies in its ability to amalgamate these diverse principles into a coherent ideology that addresses the multifaceted needs of a global community. By extracting the most beneficial aspects of each ideology and adapting them to the modern context, Neo-Synergism can offer a roadmap to a more equitable, sustainable, and harmonious world. The challenge lies in implementation, requiring a nuanced understanding of local contexts and a flexible approach to adopting these principles. Unification, Challenges, Electoral Changes. Part 3. The concept of Neo-Synergism, with its emphasis on amalgamating diverse ideological elements to foster a holistic and inclusive approach to societal development, has the potential to serve as a unifying framework that could bring political parties and sides closer together. However, the feasibility of this happening within the current political and electoral frameworks varies by country and is influenced by numerous factors, including the rigidity of existing political ideologies, the openness of the political culture to new ideas, and the existing electoral systems. Potential for unification. Common goals and values. At its core, Neo-Synergism focuses on shared human values and goals, such as well-being, sustainability, and equality. Highlighting these commonalities can reduce partisan divides and foster a spirit of cooperation. Flexibility and pragmatism. By advocating for solutions that draw from across the ideological spectrum, Neo-Synergism encourages pragmatism over dogmatism. This approach can appeal to moderate and independent voters and politicians who prioritize effectiveness over ideological purity. Issue-based alliances. Neo-Synergism's focus on addressing specific global challenges, like climate change and economic inequality, can lead to cross-party alliances. These issue-based collaborations can serve as a foundation for broader cooperation. Challenges within current systems. Polarization and partisanship. In many countries, political polarization has intensified, with parties and their bases increasingly entrenched in their ideologies. This environment can be hostile to ideologies that seek to bridge divides. Electoral systems. First-past-the-post and other winner-takes-all electoral systems often exacerbate polarization by encouraging a two-party system and penalizing third parties and new ideologies. These systems can make it difficult for unifying or centrist movements to gain traction. Media and public discourse. The media landscape, marked by echo chambers and sensationalism, can hinder nuanced discussions around new political ideologies like Neo-Synergism. Public discourse may need to shift towards a more informed and balanced dialogue. Electoral reform for Neo-Synergism. Proportional representation. Adopting electoral systems that better reflect the diversity of political opinions, such as proportional representation, could facilitate the rise of new parties and movements like Neo-Synergism. Ranked choice voting. This system allows voters to rank candidates by preference, reducing the wasted vote effect and encouraging more moderate, consensus-building candidates. Political education and civic engagement. Enhancing political literacy and encouraging active civic engagement can create a more informed electorate, open to complex, integrative ideologies. Campaign finance reform. Limiting the influence of money in politics can level the playing field for new ideas and parties that lack the financial backing of established entities. Conclusion, Part 3. While Neo-Synergism has the potential to act as a bridge between divided political factions, its success in doing so is contingent upon the willingness of political actors to embrace compromise and collaboration. Additionally, the structure of electoral systems plays a crucial role in determining whether new, unifying ideologies can gain a foothold. In many cases, electoral and systemic reforms might be necessary to create an environment where truly representative and collaborative politics can flourish, allowing for the right people to be elected to positions where they can effect meaningful change. Feasibility and implementation. Part 4. The adaptability of Neo-Synergism as a guiding principle for societal and global transformation involves several layers of consideration, including its appeal across diverse political and economic landscapes, the feasibility of its implementation, and the readiness of societies to embrace its foundational changes. Let's explore these aspects to gauge its potential for adoption. Cross-ideological appeal. Strengths. Inclusive philosophy. Neo-Synergism's strength lies in its ability to synthesize elements from various ideologies, potentially attracting support from a wide audience. Focus on common ground. By emphasizing shared human goals and interconnectivity, it appeals to a universal desire for a harmonious and prosperous society. Challenges. Ideological resistance. Deep-seated ideological beliefs and vested interests in existing systems may pose significant resistance to the adoption of a new, hybrid ideology. Implementation feasibility. Strengths. Technology and AI. The reliance on technology and AI for efficient governance and resource allocation could streamline many aspects of societal management, making certain proposals of Neo-Synergism practical and appealing. Challenges. Economic transition. Shifting from a profit-driven capitalist economy to a more equitable, post-capitalist model involves complex, radical changes that could disrupt existing economic structures and interests. Decentralization. While the idea of decentralized governance is appealing, implementing it on a large scale requires overcoming significant logistical and political hurdles. Societal readiness. Strengths. Global connectivity. The global interconnectedness today, facilitated by the Internet and social media, could aid the rapid spread and adoption of Neo-Synergism principles. Growing dissatisfaction. Increasing dissatisfaction with current economic disparities and environmental degradation could drive people toward embracing new ideologies. Challenges. Cultural and social inertia. Societies tend to resist abrupt changes due to cultural norms and the comfort of familiarity. The transformative changes proposed by Neo-Synergism might be met with skepticism or outright opposition. Education and awareness. For Neo-Synergism to be adopted, a significant investment in education and awareness raising is necessary to build understanding and support for its principles. Pathways to adoption. Grassroots movements. Localized, grassroots initiatives could serve as practical demonstrations of Neo-Synergism's principles, potentially inspiring wider adoption. Policy integration. Integrating aspects of Neo-Synergism into existing political frameworks gradually could make its concepts more palatable and less disruptive. International cooperation. Global challenges require global solutions. Neo-Synergism could gain traction if it's seen as a viable framework for international cooperation on issues like climate change. Conclusion, Part 4. The likelihood of Neo-Synergism being widely adopted depends on a multitude of factors, including political will, societal readiness for change, and the ability to demonstrate its benefits on a small scale before expanding. While there are significant challenges to its widespread implementation, the growing need for innovative solutions to global problems may increase its appeal. The adoption of Neo-Synergism, or any transformative ideology, will likely be a gradual process, marked by both advancements and setbacks. Its adaptability, the tangible benefits it delivers, and the effectiveness of its proponents in communicating its value will be crucial determinants of its success. Public Reward Framework to Curb Corruption. Part 5. Creating a reward framework for decision-makers to curb corruption and incentivize successful project outcomes is an intriguing idea. It leans on principles of behavioral economics, suggesting that positive reinforcement can steer behavior toward desired outcomes. However, implementing such a framework effectively requires careful consideration of various factors to ensure it promotes integrity and efficiency without unintentionally fostering new forms of misconduct. Let's explore the practicality, potential benefits, and challenges of this approach. Practicality and human behavior. Aligning incentives with public good. The core of this proposal rests on aligning the personal incentives of decision-makers with the broader public interest. Human nature is motivated by rewards, but these rewards must be structured to promote long-term success and public benefit, not just short-term gains. Measurable success criteria. The success fee or reward would need to be based on clear, transparent, and measurable criteria. These criteria could include project completion within budget and time constraints, achieving specific social or environmental outcomes, or demonstrable long-term benefits to the community. Delayed gratification. To counteract short-termism, rewards could be delayed or distributed over time, ensuring that decision-makers remain invested in the long-term success and sustainability of their projects. Potential benefits. Enhanced accountability. Tying rewards to successful outcomes could enhance accountability, encouraging decision-makers to follow through diligently on projects. Reduced corruption. By providing a legitimate pathway to gain rewards, the framework might reduce the temptation to engage in corrupt practices for personal gain. Attraction of talent. A well-designed reward system could attract highly skilled and motivated individuals to public service, knowing that excellence and success are recognized and rewarded. Challenges and considerations. Defining and measuring success. The biggest challenge lies in defining what constitutes a successful project. Criteria must be objective, comprehensive, and adaptable to different contexts. Avoiding unintended consequences. There's a risk that focusing on measurable outcomes might encourage gaming the system or neglecting less quantifiable but equally important aspects of public service, such as equity and justice. Equity and fairness. The framework must ensure that rewards do not disproportionately benefit already well-compensated officials or create new disparities within the public sector. Transparency and oversight. To prevent misuse, the reward system itself must be transparent and subject to strict oversight. The process for determining rewards should be clear and open to public scrutiny. Cultural and institutional adaptation. Implementing such a system would require significant cultural and institutional shifts within public administrations. It necessitates a move away from traditional bureaucratic incentives towards more dynamic and performance-based models. Conclusion, Part 5. While the concept of rewarding decision-makers for successful project outcomes is appealing and grounded in an understanding of human behavior, its practical implementation is complex. It requires a well-thought-out design that considers human psychology, ethical governance, and the diverse nature of public projects. Any reward system must be carefully calibrated to encourage the right behaviors while safeguarding against new forms of corruption and ensuring that the pursuit of rewards does not override the public interest. With robust design, clear metrics, and transparent oversight, such a framework could contribute to more efficient, effective, and ethical public administration. Keen on further enhancements? Part 6. Incorporating elements of meritocracy into Neo-Synergism can enhance its framework by ensuring that individuals and ideas contributing to society are recognized and rewarded based on their merits, capabilities, and achievements rather than on their social status, background, or connections. Meritocracy aligns with the neo-synergistic principle of fostering a society that values competence, innovation, and fairness, contributing to the overall efficiency and progressiveness of the community. Here's how elements of meritocracy can be integrated into Neo-Synergism. Governance and leadership. Merit-based selection. Implement transparent, competitive processes for selecting leaders and officials, ensuring that positions of authority are filled by individuals with the highest qualifications, ethical standards, and leadership capabilities. This promotes good governance and reduces corruption. Education and opportunities. Equal access to education. Guarantee equal access to high-quality education for all, providing a level playing field that allows talent and hard work to determine success. This includes investing in public education and providing scholarships or support for disadvantaged groups. Lifelong learning and skill development. Foster a culture of continuous learning and adaptability, offering opportunities for individuals to upskill or reskill, aligning with the economy's and society's evolving needs. Economic system. Rewarding innovation and productivity. Encourage innovation and productivity by rewarding individuals and businesses that contribute significantly to economic development, environmental sustainability, and social welfare. This could take the form of tax incentives, grants, or public recognition. Performance-based rewards. In the workplace, advocate for fair compensation practices that reward performance and contribution, ensuring that hard work and talent are adequately compensated. Social mobility. Facilitating upward mobility. Implement policies that remove barriers to social mobility, ensuring that individuals have the opportunity to rise based on their abilities and efforts. This involves addressing systemic inequalities and providing support mechanisms for those at a disadvantage. Ethical considerations and balance. Balancing merit with equity. While promoting meritocracy, it's crucial to balance it with considerations of equity and diversity. This means recognizing the structural inequalities that might prevent equally capable individuals from competing on equal terms and taking steps to address these disparities. Transparency and accountability. Ensure that merit-based systems are transparent and subject to oversight to prevent biases and ensure that they operate fairly and effectively. Conclusion, Part 6. Integrating meritocratic principles into Neo-Synergism can drive societal progress by promoting efficiency, innovation, and fairness. However, it's essential to implement these principles thoughtfully, ensuring that meritocracy does not become a tool that inadvertently perpetuates inequality. By balancing meritocracy with strong support for equal opportunities and addressing systemic barriers, Neo-Synergism can foster a society that rewards talent and hard work while ensuring that every individual has the opportunity to succeed. Meritocracy system, credit score for future politicians. Part 7. Creating a meritocracy system that resembles a social or banking credit score for future leaders, decision-makers, and politicians is an innovative idea. It aims to quantify and make transparent the qualifications, ethical behavior, and effectiveness of individuals in positions of power or those aspiring to them. This system could potentially enhance accountability, transparency, and public trust in leadership. However, designing such a system requires careful consideration to ensure it promotes fairness, accuracy, and does not infringe on individual rights or freedoms. Let's explore the concept, its potential benefits, and challenges. Conceptual framework. Criteria and metrics. The system would need clear, objective criteria for evaluating individuals. These could include professional achievements, educational background, contributions to society, ethical behavior, leadership skills, and public service effectiveness. Data collection and verification. Reliable mechanisms for collecting and verifying data would be essential. This could involve public records, peer reviews, and feedback from constituents. Transparency in data sources and verification processes is crucial to maintain trust in the system. Dynamic scoring. Scores should be dynamic, reflecting recent achievements and behaviors rather than static snapshots. This encourages continuous improvement and accountability. Privacy and consent. The system must balance transparency with privacy rights, ensuring that data collection and publication are consensual and comply with legal standards. Potential benefits. Enhanced accountability. A scoring system could make leaders more accountable to their constituents, as their performance and behavior are transparent and quantifiable. Informed decision-making. Voters could make more informed decisions at the ballot box, having access to an objective assessment of candidates' past performance and qualifications. Encourages meritocracy. By focusing on measurable achievements and ethical behavior, the system promotes meritocracy in political and leadership roles. Challenges and considerations. Subjectivity and bias. Defining what constitutes merit and how it's measured can be subjective. Ensuring the system is fair and unbiased is a significant challenge. Complexity of leadership qualities. Some qualities essential for effective leadership, such as empathy, decision-making under pressure, and the ability to unite diverse groups, are difficult to quantify. Potential for manipulation. Like any system, there's a risk of manipulation. Individuals might find ways to game the system to improve their score without genuinely contributing to society or displaying ethical leadership. Privacy concerns. Collecting and publishing data about individuals raise privacy concerns and legal implications, requiring robust data protection measures. Cultural and ethical implications. The societal acceptance of quantifying individuals' merit, especially in leadership, involves deep cultural and ethical considerations. It challenges traditional notions of privacy, reputation, and the qualitative assessment of character. Conclusion, Part 7. While a meritocracy system resembling a social or banking credit score for leaders and politicians offers a novel approach to promoting transparency and accountability, its implementation is fraught with challenges. It requires a careful balance between objectivity and the qualitative nature of leadership, rigorous data protection, and ethical considerations. Moreover, such a system would need broad societal consensus and legal frameworks to be viable. The idea underscores a desire for more accountable and effective governance but highlights the need for innovative solutions that respect individual rights and the complexities of leadership. Envisioning a path forward for Neo-Synergism, Final Thoughts. Part 8. As we stand at the crossroads of historical change and future possibility, Neo-Synergism emerges as a compelling framework with the potential to address the pressing challenges of our global society. It proposes a blend of meritocratic principles, ethical leadership, and innovative governance models, aimed at fostering transparency, accountability, and societal progress. However, the journey from concept to reality is fraught with complexities that demand a comprehensive and nuanced approach. The realization of Neo-Synergism's ideals requires us to navigate the intricate balance between meritocracy and equality, ensuring that our pursuit of efficiency and innovation does not widen existing disparities. It challenges us to design systems of reward and recognition that align with ethical governance and the public interest, avoiding unintended consequences that could undermine the collective good. Moreover, the widespread adoption of Neo-Synergism hinges on our ability to achieve political consensus and societal readiness, and demonstrate tangible benefits that resonate across diverse communities. To move forward, a multi-pronged strategy is essential. This strategy must include the development of legal and ethical frameworks that respect individual rights while promoting effective leadership, the fostering of broad societal dialogue to build consensus and readiness for change, and the initiation of pilot projects to demonstrate the practical benefits of Neo-Synergism. Furthermore, it requires a commitment to continuous adaptation, leveraging insights from local contexts and global experiences to refine and strengthen the ideology. In this endeavor, the role of intellectuals, policymakers, activists, and citizens is paramount. By engaging in critical discourse, collaborative research, and grassroots mobilization, we can collectively explore the possibilities and pitfalls of Neo-Synergism. Through this collaborative effort, we can develop a dynamic and adaptable framework that not only addresses the immediate challenges of our time but also lays the foundation for a future that values sustainability, equity, and shared prosperity. The path ahead is undeniably challenging, marked by uncertainties and the need for compromise. Yet, it is also filled with the promise of transformation and innovation. By embracing the principles of Neo-Synergism with open minds and a commitment to action, we can embark on a journey toward a more equitable, sustainable, and interconnected world. The success of this journey depends not on the strength of our ambitions but on the power of our collective will and the depth of our shared responsibility. Call to action on every level. Part 9. Given the multifaceted challenges and opportunities presented by the implementation of Neo-Synergism, a collective effort spanning various layers of society is crucial for its success. Below, we break down a call to action, suggesting how different sectors and groups can contribute to advancing the principles of Neo-Synergism from their respective positions. Academic and research institutions. Conduct and publish research. Delve into case studies that exemplify the principles of Neo-Synergism, focusing on both successes and challenges to provide a balanced perspective. Develop educational programs. Integrate Neo-Synergism into curricula across disciplines to foster a new generation of thinkers and leaders versed in its principles. Policymakers and government officials. Legislative frameworks. Craft policies and regulations that encourage the adoption of Neo-Synergism principles, such as sustainability, equity, and cooperation. Pilot projects. Implement pilot projects in various domains, e.g., urban development, social welfare, to demonstrate the practical benefits and feasibility of Neo-Synergism. Private sector. Innovate and collaborate. Businesses, especially in the tech and sustainability sectors, should innovate while prioritizing collaboration over competition, aligning with Neo-Synergism's emphasis on synergy. Ethical leadership. Adopt governance models that reflect meritocracy and ethical leadership, contributing to a culture of transparency and accountability. Civil society and community organizations. Grassroots mobilization. Organize workshops, forums, and campaigns to raise awareness about Neo-Synergism, engaging communities in dialogue and action. Advocacy. Advocate for policies and practices that embody Neo-Synergism, leveraging social media and networks to amplify their message. Media and content creators. Raise awareness. Use platforms to discuss and promote the concepts of Neo-Synergism, highlighting real-world applications and fostering public discourse. Critical analysis. Offer critical perspectives on the implementation of Neo-Synergism, fostering a balanced and informed public dialogue. Individuals. Educate and engage. Take the initiative to learn about Neo-Synergism and engage in community efforts to promote its principles. Practice responsible citizenship. Reflect Neo-Synergism's ideals in daily life, from sustainable living practices to participation in civic activities. A unified effort for a neo-synergistic society. The realization of a neo-synergistic society hinges on our collective will to innovate, collaborate, and adapt. Each layer of society holds a piece of the puzzle, and it is only through our combined efforts that we can assemble a complete picture of a more equitable, sustainable, and interconnected world. Let us embrace our roles within this ecosystem, contributing our unique strengths and perspectives toward a shared vision. By fostering dialogue, encouraging critical analysis, and initiating actionable change, we can together navigate the complexities of our time, moving closer to a future where the principles of Neo-Synergism are not just ideals, but lived realities for all. As we come to an end of this exploration with Neo-Synergism, another alternative is possible. One has to say that ours was not the conventional way, surely. Driven by the collective diversity of voices and insights, this narrative delves deeply into the delicate dynamics of our developing global society, where economic, political, and environmental landscapes are highly scrutinized. From the foundational theories to the visionary applications of Neo-Synergism, we have traversed through some complex terrains, exploring how this emergent ideology might sculpt a future where prosperity can coexist with planetary health and human well-being. This was more than a point A to point B journey. It was a multi-layered venture that sought to inspire thought and discussion on pathways toward a deeper understanding of what it means to create a future. Having said that, there is not the need for this dialogue to end here as we end this section. The light shared, the perspective gained, and the discussion opened become tools for you as you move forward to continue to engage in this universe, but through a lens a little more critical and sharp. We are deeply grateful to you for being with us on this deep inquiry with Neo-Synergism. Another alternative is possible. May the questions and issues brought to you here enlighten the discussions and inspire further research on how together we can live economic and social futures in balance with the Earth. Let's connect and create change together. Reach out to us today and be part of something called change. Join us across our various platforms to further this conversation. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, X, previously Twitter, and other places online. Hear our online radio station where we translate written content to spoken every 30 minutes. Join us in public forums, newsletter subscribes, or join as a member on our website in order to keep connected and informed. If you find resonance with our mission, kindly support us in this work, like, share with others, or support us financially to enable us to continue this work. Greetings from Sentinel. Until we meet again, go forward and continue to explore, question, and change the world. Bye, for now, but the journey towards deeper knowledge and understanding continues.